On Lake Kivu, in the country of Rwanda, lies the little-known and somewhat primitive Nkombo Island. 3 years ago, the atmosphere on Nkombo was hopelessness. In years past, fishing was the primary source of income, but due to overfishing, the government placed restrictions on this trade. Most parents struggled to feed their families and were gone all day to earn less than $1. Children, unbathed and in ragged, dirty clothing, were often left unsupervised. It was common to see even very young children wandering around with a baby on their back. Most were suffering from malnutrition. These churches began providing funds for a regular feeding program for the youngest children. By the middle of 2014, 500 children were receiving nutritious porridge 2 mornings a week. This same year, they also provided funds for the building of a church. However, in order for there to be lasting change, the children would need an education. The government agreed to pay teacher salaries if there was a school. So, the 2 churches began raising funds for the building of a school. Having the promise of a nearby school paved the way for Compassion International to begin partnering with the new church. Sponsoring a child costs only $38 a month and provides the child with an education, nutritional support, medical care, and the opportunity to hear the gospel message. Children experience the love of Christ through the dedicated Compassion staff. Sponsors can exchange letters with their children, also helping the children to feel valued and loved.
Mu buryo bwa Kristo ntekereza ko imyitwarire umuntu iyo nifite mbese ngifite kubera inyigisho zo muri Fondasiyo n'izitorero byose byajya bihindukira rimwe.
With a total of 8 classrooms for over 750 children, the school still needs more classrooms, but this is a tremendous start. Now with a church, feeding program, new school, and Compassion International, this community is being transformed, and most importantly, now has what it did not before: hope. But at the far end of the 20-mile-long island, the story is very different for the community of Bugamira. Like Nkombo 3 years ago, families are struggling to survive and the children are malnourished and often left alone. The good news is that a church has recently been built. This allows 300 of the youngest children a place to gather 2 mornings a week for a mug of porridge. But so much more is still needed. For the past 2 years, the pastor of this humble church has been praying for a school and a compassion project to come to his community. Without an education, the vicious cycle of poverty will only continue. Once a school is in place, Compassion International can begin partnering with this church, which will greatly help transform Bugumira. To build a school will cost $80,000. This is where you come in. We need you to help provide hope